Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I'm Step and this is going to be part 18 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And the last episode, or at least the very end of the last episode, was a very interesting part of this campaign because the Byzantines are a once peaceful ally for most of this campaign decided to turn on me, and that was a very interesting decision on their part because they are currently undergoing, they're facing the wrath of the Mongol invasion. Yeah, the Mongol hordes have had their attention firmly put upon the Byzantines, and the Byzantine Empire is completely fractured. They do have a few pockets. I mean, they still have a lot of territory, they do, but they have a pocket of forces or provinces up here in the Russian steppe, and then here more in Eastern Europe, they have the previous Polish territory. And yeah, down here, they've lost Constantinople and Greece and the Balkans, but then they do retain Anatolia for now. Now, for the time being, the Mongols also are pretty split up, so the Mongol attack may have stalled a little bit. There is going to be a Byzantine loyalist rebellion here in Lithuania, and this is going to help. Byzantine cavalry is a decent cav unit. It's a hybrid unit, so it can fight in melee as well as shoot arrows. And then, yeah, 3-star general, 2-star general, arbalesters, Byzantine lancers, and yeah, some Slav warriors. So that's, that's a decent little group of soldiers there that can help out in the reconquest of Byzantine territory. So the Mongols, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they are able to manage here. They probably will have to give up Lithuania, I would imagine. And yeah, I mean, the Byzantines, it's an interesting choice, like why did they do that? They attacked Edessa. They lost, what was it? Was it 1,000 troops? Maybe? They lost a lot of soldiers, and more so than that, they're going to be losing all of the import trade money that they were making off of my fleets. Because for those of you who don't know, trade works both ways. Now, it does, you do make more on your export, but there's always going to be import money as well. So anytime you are trading with another port, with another settlement, another province, that faction will also be making some money as well. So, the Byzantines should have been happy with having me as a peaceful neighbor that is that they're making money off of, and they're not fighting. And yeah, it was a weird choice, very weird choice. In addition to that, now our navies are going to be at war, and the Byzantines next to my own, well, they have, one of the best navies on the map right now. It's actually really close. I don't know who has the better navy. So since that's going to be a primary focus in the next episode or two, maybe more, naval wars can continue for quite a while in this game, just because the faster boats can get away, and that can be really troublesome. And the Byzantines have the fastest boats in the game. Let's see if I can show this to you. Yeah, it's the Dromon. I think I've mentioned it before, but yeah, just to kind of re-mention it. Attack of 1, defense of 0, so in a fight, like really not much, right? But speed of 4, I'm pretty sure that's the highest in a game. I think there is a really top tier boat available to the Catholics that has a speed of 4, perhaps, maybe. But for most of the game, for the low tier stuff, this is the fastest gosh darn boat that there is, and it can be very hard to catch this boat because there's nothing in the Muslim roster that I think that ever gets to be a speed of 4. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. So just to examine what we have available to us now, this is pre-gunpowder. I think gunpowder is like in the 1260s or 1270s, I think. So we do have limits to what our navies are able to produce. I have my 2 boats. You know what they are. I have the Dows, which is my tier 1. Coastal boat, attack of 1, defensive 1, speed of 3. This is my faster boat on, the stats, but on the strategic map, it only can move 1 tile at a time, and it can only inhabit the coastal sea regions. So that's the Dow. The Bagla is my stronger boat, but only speed of 2, defensive 2, attack of 2. That speed of 2 is going to make it so that it's harder to catch certain boats, but on the strategic map, it can inhabit the deep sea regions like the Central Mediterranean and the Western Mediterranean. Or is it Central? Yeah, Central Mediterranean. Yeah. It can move 2 spaces as well. It can move 2 regions. So yeah, it's a useful boat, but again, so here's what we're going to be facing. The Byzantines, I already showed you their dromons. They also have galleys. Now, galleys are the boats that I'm not too worried about. Only speed of 2, so I can catch them with my own baglas. So I can catch them with a bagla, and I can beat them with a bagla, because the attack and defense of only 1 is not that bad. Although, 4-star admiral, so yeah, that's pretty scary. Also, just a really scary last name as well. Not going to even try that. No, I have to try. Every time I see a name like that, I have to try it. Macrombolitisa? Macrombolitisa. Hey, I got closer than I thought. And then what else? The fire galley is going to be like it's kind of like a tier 3, but it's a weird tier 3. Like, most, like the Catholics and the Muslims don't get their tier 3s until they get gunpowder. And the Byzantines get their... This is kind of like a tier 2 actually, because their dromons and their galleys are both available at the first tier port, and then the fire galleys, I believe, are just available at the second tier port. So it's not using guns or cannons. This has Greek fire, so it has like Greek fire catapults. That's why it has an attack of 3. It's an offensively minded boat, but speed of 2 is not bad for a boat with an attack of 3. But the real downfall is that, again, coastal waters is all it's going to get. The Byzantines have no boats that have deep sea capabilities, which is just it's so bad for the Byzantines. It's really bad. But the fire galley, it's not a bad boat, I don't think. Attack of 3 is pretty spicy. That's a lot of attack. And my baglas, if these stats work the way that I think, or that I'm guessing that they do, the attack of 3 on the fire galleys would be beating my defense of 2, but then my attack of 2 would be beating the fire galleys' defense of 1. So we want to be on the attack, I'm assuming, when we're going up against fire galleys. All in all, though, the real way to win these big naval wars isn't really comparing stats so much as it is just disrupting my own trade routes and consolidating all of my boats into big old giant stacks, and then hunting down the Byzantine navy, one by one. As you can see, their navies also are already kind of grouped up, so that's going to be very scary. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't attack my boats in the same turn that they attacked Edessa. That probably would have been a good idea, because they could have taken a few of my boats right away. So it's going to be about like kind of going one by one and seeing what can I win and what can I not win. Like here, I cannot win this. And can I win it by pulling ships from my neighboring regions into this sea region? Not necessarily, because I would take one turn to move these boats into this sea region, and then a second turn to consolidate all of those boats into one fleet. So in this end turn, in this example, these boats would be able to team up on my one fleet that's here in the Ionian Sea. So it's not so much an issue of me wanting to like reinforce this sea region. It's more of me wanting to flee the sea region to go somewhere where I can sort of join up with a bunch of other boats. So I'd be like thinking, so I can't, let's see, I have a dhow here, so I can't bring my dhow into the Central Mediterranean because it is a coastal only boat. What about here? What about the Straits of Sicily? There's a fire galley and there's a galley, and I have 2 dhows. That almost feels like a winnable fight, but again, it's just a little bit too close to call that. So, what I would want to do instead, what I'm thinking of is retreating from this and just coming here, and I can regroup with probably all of this, like bring this and then bring this down, and then group all of these boats up, and then maybe I can start taking a fight here in the Ionian Sea. Now if they jump into the Adriatic, then these boats might be in danger, so I will have to keep an eye on that. And then here in the Straits of Sicily, where do I want to Let's see. I would probably want to bring, again, a fire galley and a dromon against 2 baglas. Again, that feels kind of winnable, right? But it's just a little bit... You don't want to take those 50-50s, you know? You want to go into a fight thinking you can win it. So let's... Can I do this? Yeah, there we go. And... Yeah, let's bring these boats all here. And then they can group up and maybe come back into the multi-channel and take that fight. And then, yeah, same thing here. I don't, you know, this might be a 50-50 for as all as I am concerned. So let's go here to the Tyrrhenian Sea. And then, yeah, like a 4v2 might be winnable. Yeah. What about this, though? So a galley versus 2 baglas. That feels winnable. I have a 1-star admiral and they have a 0-star admiral. So this actually seems like a fight. Let's just take it. If I can take 1 boat, hey, that's 1 boat they don't have. And then what about here? They have a dromon. Now, the chances of me catching this dromon with my 2 baglas seems very small. But let's just try and see about that. So 2 dromons in here versus my, what, 1 Dhow and 1 bagla. That seems winnable if I can catch them. Oh, they have 3 stars though, and I have a 1-star admiral. Those 3 stars might tip the balance, and I don't know. So I would actually be tempted to retreat from this. Then again, they could catch me because they have the faster speed. Because we would be going at a speed of my slowest boat, which is my speed 2 bagla. Yeah, that's a little bit tricky. Now, since they have a defensive 0, maybe it's better if I go on the attack. I don't know. I'm going to retreat from this and see if I can consolidate my forces and come back in. This is, let's see, what do we have? So we have a 4v3. That's really close. 2 dromons, 3 dromons. So 3 dromons and 2 galleys. I have a 1-star admiral and they have a 3-star. They have 3 3-stars. God damn, okay. Let's just retreat from that then to the Barbary coast. And then this looks promising. So they have 2 dromons and then I've, ooh, okay, this is promising. I have 2 Dhows, which, you know, still is, it's slower than a dromon, but I don't really know how that works, you know, when it comes to the chances of catching a faster boat. It does happen sometimes, like sometimes you can catch dromons. I don't know how that works and, you know, what the considerations are. Oh, is there an Aragonese Civil War? I just noticed this. Oh, there's an Aragonese Civil War. No, I've been rooting for the Aragonese. Damn. Damn, that sucks. I really wanted them to remain... I mean, they're not even at war with this French, so not even a thorn, I would say, but just a presence, I guess. Anyway, I was getting distracted. I really want the Aragonese to be okay. But here, though, yeah, let's just, you know, maybe there's a chance. What was it? 2-star admiral, 1-star. They have a 2-star admiral, so it's a little bit dicey, but... Let's just give it a good old college try, see what we can get done there. And 2 dromons versus my 2 baglas. Probably not winnable. I mean, probably not catchable. Man, they have another 3-star. They have good admirals. That must be a Byzantine thing. Like, that must be something that's more inherent in the faction itself. Because my 2 baglas versus their 2 dromons, like, I feel like that would push the auto-resolve in the favor of their dromons, you know? That's what I feel like. I feel like retreating from that. Yeah. What do we have here? 1 galley, and I have 3 boats, so... Galley has a speed of 2, correct? So it should be catchable by my baglas. I don't need to split my fleet up, so let's attack that boat. And we have 3 boats here. I have my own 3 boats. Let's see, I have... So it's 2 Dhows and 1 bagla versus 2 galleys and 1 dromon. That's very close. Another 3-star admiral. Goddamn, yeah. That's some good admirals. I feel like retreating from this as well. That's what I feel like. But I don't want to retreat up here where they just have a behemoth navy or a behemoth fleet up there in the English Channel. So let's retreat down to the Costa Verde. All right, so yeah, obviously retreating from this. But then how do I handle this? So we have galley, so we have 2 galleys. 4-star, fucking hell, and then 3 stars versus my 2-star Baglas. How about retreat to the Irish Sea instead with my English Channel Navy, and then you guys also gonna retreat, I think. I will think about where in a second. Here in the North Atlantic, 1 galley versus my Dow and my Bagla. They have 3 stars. I have a 1-star. We will see if I can win that. That might be a close fight. They have a galley up here versus my 2 Baglas. God, another 4-star. Holy sh! Their guys are good. I should win this, but again, yeah. The stars might count for a lot, you know? I've had naval odd resolves where I'm like, what? I had 3 versus 1, or, you know, whatever, and stuff like that, where maybe I wasn't paying attention, as close of attention to the star ratings before, as I am right now. And we will see, in this end turn, we can see, like, if these fights that felt like they should have gone in my favor, because, you know, you've been watching this entire time. I'm not going to cut out any of this. I have done that in the past. I've cut out a lot of my, like, kind of naval strategizing. It's because it can be a little bit tedious. But I'm wanting to kind of talk through this with y'all, just to kind of, like, give you an idea, because I feel like I've gotten a little bit closer over the years of trying to understand the naval logic, the naval combat logic in this game. And that's with a lot of help from a lot of you folks, and just also from my own personal experience. With that being said, though, there's obviously a lot of question marks still remaining, so I'm going to make sure that I keep all of this in this episode so that you can watch it. That doesn't mean I'm going to do this for all of, like, every turn involving this naval war, but for this one at least, I want to kind of talk through all of these steps so that you can see that I am trying my best to make sure that the only fights I'm taking are the fights that I think that I have a chance of winning. But situations like this where I've chosen to go up against, you know, 4-star boats or, you know, a 3-star boat, these are the fights that I could end up losing that we will have to keep an eye on. So I want to try to remember Skagerrak and the North Atlantic are fights that we'll see. We'll see what happens with those. What about here in the Baltic? I have a 3-star Dromon. Yeah. I mean, I have a 1-star Dow and a 0-star Bagla. I may as well just keep my boats together and see what my chances are. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling, like, it's weird going up against a Dromon and feeling like I'm gonna lose. You know, that feels like it shouldn't happen, but you know, that's how I feel. All right, let's just escape to the Irish Sea then with these Baglas, since I don't think I can beat these 2 galleys. You know, with their 3 stars and their 4-star. Yeah, it's just, wow, man, it's really something. It is. It is something. It really reaffirms my guess that a lot, if not all of the stats for soldiers and naval admirals, I don't think it's random, really. Like, I think it's really based on some sort of historical, you know, representation of how the navies were for these certain factions and how the armies were, you know, were there good generals for certain armies and such. And I know that there was this much when it comes to the army units in Shogun 1, so why not Medieval 1 as well? Now, I don't know how much it's randomized or how much it's just a percentage that you're going to get a good, you know, someone, or if it's all just based on, like, historical generals popping up. I don't know all of that, but I do think that there's just a lot of factional historical precedents being placed upon how good these captains and generals are. And I mean, Jesus, we saw it with those Byzantine naval commanders. Like, that was some really good stuff there. And if we consider at this point, you know, we'd not be talking about the Fatimids of Egypt, we'd be talking about the Ayyubids. And at this point, the Ayyubids, I feel like what happened? Like, the Ayyubids had lost their navy, like during the third crusade, pretty much, right? It was the siege of Acre, was it? Where they had like a lot of their boats were positioned in the harbor of Acre, and they just that was like the biggest strategical difference that siege made. Like it didn't make a big difference on the strategy map, but it's a big morale boost for the Crusaders. And the U-boats had lost, that was pretty much their entire navy that they had inherited from the Fatimids. So what the naval presence for the U-boats and even the Mamluks going forward from this point onward, I don't really know. Maybe it was very low. You know, maybe they were very, they didn't have much of a naval presence at all. I know that wood was just a very scarce resource in this part of the world. Like basically it was all just being imported. I think it was being imported from India, but I think also like Venice was breaking so many papal sanctions against like trading with the Muslims just because they're like just the Ferengi of the medieval world, and they were just like, yeah, money first, money overall. So yeah, there was like a lot of military goods being traded from Venice and probably the other Italian city-states, but mostly probably Venice. I'd imagine Venice had a stranglehold on the Eastern Mediterranean trade. And yeah, they probably accounted for a lot of the timber that was being brought in to the Muslims. But yeah, I feel like their naval like fleet was really diminished after the Siege of Acre, is my understanding. All right, enough of that. I think that that's my moves put in for the naval stuff. Now we have like stuff on the map. We have a new thingy here. We have a new title that we can give, the Master of the Stables, 2 command stars and 2 loyalty. So I feel like loyalty has actually been pretty okay, especially considering that my influence is only 3 crowns. But I was looking at, is it you, Badis al-Ikshid? You have no titles and you have 5 stars and you have charismatic leader, so plus 3 morale. Man, I think you are going to be my Master of Stables, my good sir. Because up here, you already have a title. Yeah, your title is Amir al-Bakr, or Amir al-Kamil, yeah. So you already have that, which gives command and loyalty. And you did well in defending Edessa, so good job. And then I think you all already have a title. You're already governor of Antioch and you are the Grand Vizier of the palace. So Amir Abu Musin, probably not you. Do I have any backup generals that might be more worthy? I don't know. I feel like just giving this guy an extra boost would be more useful, just because I feel like right now I don't need an absolute quantity of good generals, because, I mean, look at my front that I'm defending. 3 provinces here, and then I have a 1 province front on this side. Although I will need more generals when I open up into Iberia. But for now, I just, you know, need 4 good generals. And you're my worst one, which is kind of ironic because you are my most active general. You know, you are the one that's going to be attacking into Tunisia pretty soon here. And by the worst one, I just mean that your unhinged loonness is barely being offset by the fine leader trait. 4 stars. I don't know if I really want to give you my Master of the Stables. But the fact that you're in a camel unit kind of makes you best suited to be fighting in the desert. I don't think my other generals... No, actually you're in a camel unit as well. So maybe I should put you down in North Africa. I kind of like having you in Antioch just because, you know, Antioch is such a pivotal place, but Antioch's not being attacked. You know? The French Crusade and whatever other crusades keep being sent at me just do not end up attacking. And the Byzantines somehow, for some reason, went after Edessa. So maybe it would be better to put you in North Africa and bring you up to Antioch. I'll think about that, but for now I think I want the Master of Stables on you. Yeah, Great Warrior. Make you a 7-star. Yep, let's do that. 7 stars, yeah, not freaking bad. And then I can also give the governor of Edessa to someone because yeah, I guess the governor had died. I feel like, let's see. I want to take a peek actually. I don't want to just give it to my first guy that I see that has 4 acumen, just because I might have some guys by now that have some pretty insane acumen that aren't currently governors. So I'm going to take a little look around. Yeah, you're the Count of Tripoli. Because these guys that are like the heads of their stacks, even if they're not like a starred governor, they continue to gain traits. So I think it's going to be worth keeping an eye on these guys and just looking around to see if anything sticks out as being useful. Yeah, like you actually. So you have what? You have 6 acumen. And these are both acumen traits, so maybe one of these is part of a chain that might continue to get better. Yeah, that's tempting to make him the count or the governor of Edessa. Yeah, without having to think about this for too long, so let's just give it to you. You're gonna get 1 loyalty, so not much. And what's so making 506, making 811. All right, that's a nice little boost. Nice little boost. So I'm going to have some troops here in Edessa that are going to need to be retrained. I think that's going to be fine. The Byzantine presence in Lesser Armenia and Raman. Armenia aren't that scary looking right now. And I'm also going to continue to try to cause a Turkish reemergence in previous Turkish territory. If it's not too late, I would like to get that done. I can finally, so now the stew has been built here in Syria. So now I can start training these Valor 1 spies here. And hopefully a Valor 1 spy is good enough to get into a province that has a border fort. I'm going to try. I hope so. It'd be really cool to get some Turks up here to, you know, cause some trouble up here in either Mongol territory or Byzantine territory. I'm fine either way. And then same thing over here as well. I'm going to try to cause this Polish reemergence here in either Pomerania or Prussia or Poland itself. Currently everyone's looking fine. 200 loyalty, 175 and 196. But once I can start getting Valor 1 spies in these territories, it's going to be taking even more of a hit on the loyalty in those provinces. And then, yeah, the Germans as well. The German provinces. Do I even have any spies yet or no? I can't remember what the plan was. Venice was never owned by the Germans, but then Tyrolia and Switzerland were, I believe, and neither of them have border forts. Was that it? Or were there other, did I have other ideas? Border fort, border fort, border fort. Border fort. Yeah. Nothing in Bohemia, but it's going to be hard to get to Bohemia because it's surrounded by other places with border forts. Ooh, Poland. I can get it from Poland into Bohemia. Yeah. Oh, I've already done that. Okay. Yes, I'm smart. Huh. Okay. But yeah, the other previously owned German territories are all border forted up. Again, you know, maybe with higher valor spies, maybe it's possible, but I'm going to start with Tyrolia and Switzerland to see if I can make it happen. And is there any other reemergences that I want to cause? The Poles, the Germans, and the Turks? That's kind of, those are the main ones, right? Those are the only ones? Okay. Yeah, I just want as much players on the map as possible. It's more fun that way. And I'm pretty close to getting ready to invade Tunisia. Now I definitely could just push them back right now. I want to have my full armies. I like having all of my unit options available just so I can meet different circumstances on the battlefield. And just so that I don't have to worry about like facing a counterattack in the next turn. So what I'm waiting on right now, I just want a few Nizaris be trained up in Egypt. I want, let's see, these Naphthas can move on over to Cyrenacia. And then Palestine, I'm training some Wahid foot soldiers. And then in Arabia, I'm training a few Abyssinian guards. And that's going to be it. Then I'll just be ready to go on into Tunisia. Now, Sinai can go back to probably building boats again. Because I'm going to have to replenish those losses that I will be taking. Or I have to replenish troops from Edessa. Yeah, that's going to be the question. Because I want Syria on spy training right now. Tripoli and Antioch will building boats. You build a stew. I want more than one spy producing province. And really, Syria should be used for assassins because there is that invisible valor bonus for assassins here. So when I can, I will build the drinking den to get that +2 valor in addition to the province valor boost. But for now, I want some more money. Actually, so let's get a master merchant here in Syria to get some more dough, and then I can work on farm upgrades after that, and then the drinking den. So it's going to be a little while, but assassins just aren't a major part of my priority right now. And I will be losing, 7,000 florins per turn, which is that's a few florins. Yeah, that's a bit. So Sinai, I'm going to take a look. I want to double check to see if I'm going to be needing this for boats or soldiers. And then Egypt, there's a building I can build here. Should I just get a dockyard? Dockyard, royal court, Gulen bodyguards. I don't really feel like I need that. Perhaps it is just time to get a fortress going here in Egypt. It's going to take 20 turns. Hot damn, yeah, it's a big building. So let's do that. And then Cyrenaica, can you train stuff? Saharan cavalry. Yeah, I don't really need that right now, honestly. What I do need is I need why am I getting improved farmland in Cyrenaica? Why did I do that? I should be prioritizing. I should have built a keep so that I can build the dockyard or the shipwright or whatever it's called, so that I can use this to start building boats. So in one turn I'll be switching on into the keep here. Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking with that, especially now, because I need as many provinces that can build boats as possible. That's going to be a priority. Right, now that's going to be it for this turn. So yeah, that was a pretty big one for me. But I think I have everything in place and I'm ready to go and see how this end turn is going to shake out, because I'm really curious to see how these naval engagements are going to go. Yeah, could be bad. Yeah, the Danes are just struggling over there trying to take back Denmark from the rebels. I thought those rebels were not going to beat those royal knights that belonged to the Danes, so that was strange to see that happen. And yeah, the Italian Crusade, I almost forgot about that. There's an Italian Crusade that the poor Aragonese can't take back Brittany. That's just so unfortunate. So, yep, we did. So this is one of those ones that I was worried about. The fact that we were able to still beat it is good, because that was like a 3-star admiral, I think, that we beat. So that's good, I guess. And then here too. So we got this one. I'm glad, because again, that was another iffy one, but we didn't lose any ships, so that's good. We got that boat there, and I think that was that a dhow or a galley? I can't remember. Oh my god! So they caught us here. So we tried to get away from this. We were not trying to fight this, and yeah, they sunk all 3 of my boats and took 0 losses. So that's a bad loss for us. Here we did sink 3, and I think that I was trying to disengage from this one. I don't think I was trying to take this one. I think they fought me, and then yeah, they took the greater losses. I only lost 1. So 1v1 in the Costa Verde. Let's see. Ooh, this is a bad one. Lost 2, and they lost 0. Ooh, that's another bad result. Damn. Lost 2, they lost 0. Okay, but then they lost 2, and then I lost 1, so okay. Got 2 of theirs, lost 0. They lost 2 of theirs. I lost 0. Okay, same result. Okay, these are some good results here. Okay. Yep, got there 1, lost 0. Ooh, lost 2. So this is another one I tried to disengage from. And they lost 0. Alright, yeah, that was a lot. Byzantine loyalist revolt here in Volga, Bulgaria as well. Alright, they might win that province back. And the Italian Doge has died, but his heir has taken over. And yes, one of my generals has died. Siege Engineers Guild is complete. Does that get my trebuchets or the mangonels? I can't quite remember. Alright, improved farmland in Cyrenaica. So now I can start building that keep. And that word that I can't say. Yeah, he's a star general, isn't he? Yeah, he's a 5-star general. -4 piety. Okay. Amir Mahdi, +10 happiness. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, I feel like I might have did okay in those naval fights. So what are we looking at here? So still quite a few Byzantine boats on the map. Yeah, there's still a lot. There's still a lot to fight. Yeah. Alright. And this is where I'm not gonna like take you through every step here. I don't think. I don't know, maybe I will. This is like enough action to actually show you guys because, I mean, this has been a pretty quiet campaign up till this point, right? So I may as well show you some of my naval stuff. If I'm going to show you anything in this campaign, this is going to be the most action-packed part for now, right? And so the Mongols are letting the Italians in, eh? That's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah, they're allied to the Italians. The Mongols, and that's just, I can't wrap my brain around that. Okay, well, I mean, the French Crusade has 423 men left, so that's going to still be around for a lot longer than you think it should. How much men are in this? 1,000, so 1123, okay. So let's go one by one through these regions again and see how we want to handle each of these engagements. The Ionian Sea, still too powerful, let's stay away. The Straits of Sicily, this looks beatable. One star fire galley against my 2 Baglas, who is 2 stars. So that feels like a winnable fight, so let's take that. And anything else? Let's see, we have a Dromon here against my Bagla and my Dao, 2 stars versus their 2 stars. Again, if I can catch them, it feels winnable, but we will see. And the Straits of Gibraltar. So they've moved out, and I feel like I should maybe keep you guys there. I want to bring 1 Dao with so that I can catch stuff if I have to, and then leave you here, I suppose. And then maybe, how many boats? I have 1 boat in the Western Mediterranean. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I don't need all of these boats back here. So let's send you guys up, and then maybe you go there just to kind of bring my forces forward a little bit. Then I will want to retreat from this for sure. So 1 Bagla retreating from this. They're probably going to catch me. That's the problem. Yeah. With all of those Daos, they're going to catch me. So let's just retreat back to the Straits of Gibraltar if I can. Spanish coast, no presence there. And I don't think I want one because that looks at least the same size, if not bigger. And then what do we have here? 1 galley versus my Dao and my Bagla. So 1 star versus my 2 stars. So yeah, if we can catch it, let's kill it. And then, yeah, we want to stay away from the English Channel for now, and probably just start pulling my forces together. You know, like maybe meet up in the Norwegian Sea, maybe. Just so that gigantic fleet in the English Channel can't pick us off one by one. Yeah. So maybe, yeah, do this. Try to all join forces here, and maybe we can stand a chance against them. It's going to be a titanic battle. And I think I want to leave the forces in the Atlantic just to kind of like, they have a good presence here and they can kind of dip in where they need to be. So I want to sort of keep forces in these deep sea regions if I can, because they also connect so much. Even though I know my trade lines are broken right now, they just, I don't know, feels like a good presence. Especially considering that the Byzantines don't have access to those regions. So it's also kind of a safe place for me to retreat to, for my Baglas at least. And then should I move other stuff up? That's also kind of tempting, you know? Let's see, like these forces should probably consolidate. So that's, what, 6 boats versus there, when I'm assuming that's maybe 6? So I might want to bring more boats over, like you, and then... maybe bring these guys down? Because I might need those boats to help me take on this fleet here. Okay, let's see how that all goes then. The faster that we can wrap up this naval war with the Byzantines, means the faster that we can get our trade lines back. Although at this point, I mean, we're at war with, what, 4 factions? The Byzantines, the French, the Italians, is that it? Yeah, the Almohads as well, yeah. So I'm gonna be losing money for a while. Luckily I have 500,000, so that's good. The Mongols are taking Moldavia. And, yeah, the Mongols are taking Nicaea as well. The Mongols are still pressing, yeah, that's tough for the Byzantines. So we did take the Byzantine boat here in the Bay of Biscay. Let's see, we lost our 1 boat here in the Gulf of Cadiz. Yeah, the Bagla did not get away, unfortunately. We got that fire galley in the Straits of Sicily, but then those boats moved over from the Ionian Sea to the Straits of Sicily, so yeah, we will have to retreat from that sea region. Let's see, another Byzantine loyalist rebellion here in Lithuania. Okie dokie. And what is this? Another peasant rebellion here in Denmark? God, man, the Danes are just struggling. It's weird because they're not... I did not find them to be a tough faction to play at all. They have a poor beginning, but like the Danes have so much trade value in all of the Baltic regions that it's just like, how do they just struggle so much? I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just, you know, the AI struggles with poor factions in the beginning, I guess. The Byzantines are the richest? What? Oh, they have the largest annual income. Okay, I was like, alright, yeah, I'm losing like 8,000 a turn, so that's what they mean by that. Although, come on, look at my income. I mean, not my income, but look at my treasury. Come on. Famine in Cyrenaica. Cyrenaicia's greatest export is probably just sand, so that probably doesn't matter much. Let's see here. You are not important. You are not important. You are not important. And neither are you. Although -3 valor is bad, even for just a regular soldier. That's... secret to gluttony is a bad... It's, how do you keep that shit a secret, alright? I mean, you're gonna be fat. People know that. It ain't secret. He secretly binges on luxury foods? Like, bullshit. Everyone knows. Spending vast fortunes on rare delicacies? Everyone knows. That's not a secret. While his peasants starve, he is becoming vastly overweight, which seriously affects his combat ability. Yeah, nothing about that is a secret. Like, like, how is that discovered? Like, shit, he's fat. Like, come on. Oh, man. All right, well, hopefully no one finds out. Just keep wearing an oversized suit of armor and he'll be fine. All right, let's retrain these Saharan cavalry down here in Cyrenaica to get their valor bonus, and then I will bring them back up to Edessa, where they belong. And then down here in Palestine, I'm going to start retraining these soldiers. They got beat up in Edessa. I can bring these Muwahid foot soldiers over to Cyrenaica to be a part of this army that will be coming forth. And my Nizaris are almost finished, and then my Abyssinian guards are almost finished. And then that will be it. Then I'll be ready to attack on into Tunisia. Yeah, that feels good. So I have Sinai, Tripoli, and Antioch all building boats. And then once Egypt is done training Nizaris, they can just transfer into boat building as well. You know, all hands on deck. Get it? Now I have my first Valor 1 spy here in Armenia. Let's see if we can get past this border fort here in Georgia. And if not, I have more. So let's send you up as well. And I'll send, you know, at least 5 in to see if I can, you know, break through. If I'm starting to get up to like 10 spies dying in Georgia, none of them are getting past that border fort, then that might be enough sacrifice for me to learn my lesson. But I want to see what the odds are of getting past border forts with higher valor spies. Is the aim here. However, I have my 0 valor spies continuing to work on in here to these inner regions. I thought I had someone. There you are, 0 valor here in Tyrolia. So let's bring over another 0 valor. It doesn't really. You can just be like you or you. Let's do this and then this. And then this. So how is loyalty here? 200%. But there's not a lot of soldiers, I don't think, here in Switzerland. So the chances... Oh, yeah. There's loyalty at 120%. 123. So, ooh, yeah. That could be a good place to get a German reemergence there in Switzerland. Yes, yes. Hopefully. Okay. How are things looking now in regards to the navies? So, mostly it's just this giant fleet here in the Straits of Gibraltar that will have to be dealt with. I might lose these 2 Baglas here. They might not get away because there are Dromons here. Only 1 fire galley, so 3 galleys, 1 fire galley, 2 Dromons. But those Dromons are enough to catch my boats as they try to flee. So, yeah, that's a little bit tricky. I do have this fleet that looks like hot on their tails, but yeah, let's try to get away here. I can even bring down these boats as well to help out. Don't need them in the Adriatic because I'm not making any money off of these ports, so may as well. And then what? Might want to just like move out of the way because if they keep moving in this direction, then I'm going to want to consolidate in the Western Mediterranean somewhere. Yeah. And then what about this? So we have a Dromon. Okay, well, how many stars? 2 stars. And there's a French boat as well. So there's a Caravel. Ugh. How much speed again? It's just 1 speed. Right. Well, a 2-star Dromon. I'm more worried about the... I kind of want to get the Dromon if I can. And then that boat's kind of... That fleet's kind of scary as well. I'm thinking I should bring in more boats to the Straits of Gibraltar. Like, I should try to make my stand here if this fleet comes back. If it wants to move its way up the coast... to like the northern waters, then I'll have to make my stand up there somewhere. What about this? So 2 Dromons versus... these are high star. Yeah, 3 stars. I knew it. Versus my 2 Baglas. 2-star Admiral. You would think the difference isn't that great. I don't know. Let's just see. If anything, their defense is lower than their attack. So maybe if by me attacking... I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what that means. If it means anything. And then, yeah, so now this fleet's moved from the English Channel to the North Sea. So, yep, that's scary. Let's try to, like, look as scary as we can. And, yeah, have a big old face-off eventually. Let's get these filters back. So, wait, what's going on here? Oh, I don't have any vision. Okay, I was like, why don't I have any vision on... I thought I had my filters turned off, so I couldn't see anything up here. I was like, oh yeah, I just don't have any fleets around. Damn. It just feels weird being blind again, not being able to see stuff. Luckily, the Aragonese have taken back Brittany. I love to see it. Good job, Aragon. Just need you to go to war against the French eventually. Maybe not now. Wait until like there's another civil war or something before you go to war against them. Because right now I feel like if you try to fight them, they would just squash you again. What I actually should be doing here in Sinai instead of building boats is probably to start building a few trebuchets. Yeah, so when this Dow is finished, I can start building some trebuchets because I'm going to need some bigger siege engines to get into this citadel here. in Algeria. And even those trebuchets is going to be kind of tough. I'm going to need like 6 of them to get into that citadel. Mangonels is a better option for sure to get into citadel, but I don't have access to mangonels right now. So yeah, as soon as this boat's finished, I need to get those siege engines out and running. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this turn. So let's just kind of drop a save and keep marching on, because I'm really curious to see if that spy can get on into Georgia. Like, that's what I'm most excited about right now, is if it can get in, then I have a chance of causing some real issues, not just for like the factions around me by causing a Turkish reemergence, but maybe I can also like get into other regions that have border forts, right? So yeah, the Byzantines are retreating from the what's happening here? The Byzantines are retreating from the Mongols. Okay, I'm assuming it's not the Italian Crusade. Let's see, I sunk 1 boat, but I lost 2, so that's kind of a bad thing, but at least that fleet's gone. Ah, lost 2, but this is, yeah, they couldn't get away. Yep. And yeah, so my spy got caught. My spy got caught in Georgia. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to keep sending some Valor 1 spies up there just to kind of see if I can overpower that border fort with pure numbers. Let's see, charismatic leader. That's a great one. Who is this? Abu Sharaf. Okay, you only have to say that once. Plus 30 happiness, plus 3 morale. So it's here in Syria. Is it you? Kind of thought you already were a charismatic leader. All right, I'm gonna look at that in a second. Is that you? No, it's not. Who else has charismatic leader? It's you. But you're a 0-star general. Oh. And you're always drunk. -2 command. Oh. That's too bad. What a waste. People love you, but you suck. Oh. Well, let's just keep sending in some Valor 1 spies up here to Georgia. I had another guy, right? Another Valor. Can't see you. There you are. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what it takes to get on into this province. Now I might be ready, if I can, to get this decisive engagement with the Byzantine Navy here in the Straits of Sicily. If I can lock these guys down and get them to a fight. They're going to be as fast as their slowest guys, so their Dromons aren't going to be able to let them get away as long as they remain in this fleet. They're going to be as, slow as those galleys, essentially. So as long as they stay there for this end turn, I should be able to catch them and hopefully beat them, and that would be really, really nice. Now, this whole naval war against the Byzantines, as you can see, is starting to give my other enemies, the French and the Italians, some wiggle room on the open seas, because where I was able to just focus all of my efforts on just pounding out any sort of, single French or Italian boats that would kind of pop up. Now they're kind of squeaking out there because I don't have the resources to deal with them right now. So, I mean, in this case, what, Caravel versus 2 Baglas, 0 stars versus 1 star. I should win this, and I should catch it too. It's slower than my Baglas, so that should be fine. What about down here in the Tyrrhenian Sea? I don't really want to go down there, because if this Byzantine fleet moves up there, then these guys are all going to get caught. So I don't want to do that. And then what about down here then? What if they move in this direction? Probably also bad for me, so let's just stay 1 step ahead of them and move out of their way. And then, let's see. The Straits of Gibraltar look pretty secure, which is nice. There's a boat. There's a few boats up this coast, so I kind of want to leave like 2 boats in the Straits of Gibraltar and then move the rest out, is what I'm tempted to do. And see if I can kind of stomp out these Byzantine fleets along the coast of Iberia. And then, are we ready? Oh, we switched. Oh, those sneaky bastards. All right, let's try to get in here to Skagerrak and try to force that engagement as well. And then, yeah, there we go. Yes. Yes, all right. That would be nice. If we can clear out those boats, that would be very, very nice. And then what about this one on the coast of Verde? Should I try to do something there? Not really, just because again, this fleet could move up, and then what? I have to flee with these boats, whoever I move into that sea region. So yeah, let's just stay ahead of them until, you know, either these guys can get involved or until these guys can get involved. All right, I think that's looking okay. The naval fight's going okay. It looks bad on paper because I'm losing so much money, but still, you know, 494,000 is it's a decent chunk of money. So I think I'm okay for now. Okay, let's keep cracking on then. I want to see a spy get into Georgia. That'd just be really, really, really nice. And if those Byzantine fleets remain where they are, then yes, hopefully I can get some really decisive engagements. But again, that could also go bad for me as well. Yeah, all right. This is an exciting part of the campaign. Yes, enemy. So I did sink that caravel that belonged to the French there in the Gulf of Lions. And yep, another Byzantine. It's interesting that they haven't taken it back yet. You know, the Mongol forces, I guess, are just very strong, I guess. The Italians have the most technological achievements. Okay, that's interesting. How? Yeah, my spy got caught in Georgia. It's too bad. Siege Engineers Guild. So that's the one that gets me in the trebuchets. Yeah, so I can start building trebuchets in Arabia and Palestine right now. So that's going to be good. Any starred generals? Nope. Any governors? No. And yeah, let's just get these trebuchets going here. And Tanaya's going to start working on trebuchets as well. And yeah, maybe just through brute force, we can get ourselves through the Citadel when time comes. And I think, are we almost ready to go here? Let's see. I think I brought over my Nazaris, my Mulhid foot soldiers. I can bring my Saharans back up to Odessa. And I think I'm ready to attack Tunisia. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. I have Abyssinians somewhere, don't I? Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, alright. One more turn and I will attack. Yep, that's fine. Okay, and should I start building the siege engineer, or the master siege engineer, so I can get mangonels? Yes. How long is that going to take? 8 years? Yeah. So, like, you kind of get mangonels, like, right before the whole gunpowder thing happens. But, yeah, still, whatever. Honestly, mangonels are probably better than the early gunpowder weapons, especially for the Muslims. Like, your first gunpowder weapon is going to be the mortar, which is kind of like, you know? So, yeah, it's probably worth it getting the mangonels if you're playing as a Muslim faction. And are we getting any work done here with my spy? Switzerland, 129%. It's so close, you know? Like, you know, with a Valor 1 spy, I could get it to below 120%. Yeah. Yeah, Bohemia's fine as well. Silesia's fine. Poland's fine. Pomerania's fine. Damn. And all of these other provinces that used to belong to the Poles, they all have border forts, eh? Ooh, Prussia. I'm missing out. Oh, no, I have people in Prussia. Okay. I do have someone in Prussia. 140%. So that's like the closest one. Getting a Valor 1 spy there would be very good. And do I not? Oh, Silesia, they have a border fort there. Okay, so I'm not doing Silesia. I'm doing Poland, Prussia, Pomerania. Okay, got it. I just feel like prioritizing the previously held Turkish territories right now because there is the chance of that reemergence happening only is within 60 turns after that faction's demise because there needs to be a potential heir that can take over. So eventually they will like be aged out and there will be no chance of a reemergence. And considering that the Turks were taken out like when the Mongols showed up in 1230. So that was 16 years ago. So there's still a chance of getting the Turks on the field. And I think it's worth prioritizing trying for that right now. Is there a better way for me to go about this? So the Turks held, other than my territories, they held Rum, Armenia, and Georgia. I don't think they ever held... Gosh, I can't remember. Okay, now I'm starting to like doubt myself. So at the beginning of most campaigns, the Turks typically push the Byzantines back before they themselves get pushed back by the Byzantines. Did that happen in this campaign? I would have to go back and watch that. I can't remember. I'm getting my campaigns mixed up. Huh. Because if the Turks ever held Anatolia, well, looky here. We have an 118% here in Anatolia. Let's see, Armenia, not so much. Rum, 190. But there's a border fort there. There's no border fort in Anatolia. And the Turks never held Lesser Armenia, did they? In Trebizond, there's no border fort. But did they ever hold... Hey, I can't remember. I would have to, like... let's see. What's the loyalty here? 93%. So, like, if they held a few of these territories, then, yeah, there's a chance of there being a Turkish reemergence. Yeah, 93% here in Nicaea. It's just too bad that I'm struggling to get a spy into Georgia, you know? Let's see. I wonder if I can track down Lord Mamduk. Because if I could assassinate that guy, if he has, like, dread stats that's keeping Georgia going, then maybe I can plummet their population loyalty. Here he is, Lord Mamduk, the Duke of Georgia. He's in this stack, but unfortunately he's not the general of it, so I can't reach him anyway. There's 3 2-star generals ahead of him that I'd have to kill before he potentially could become the general of the stack. And there's a border fort in Moldavia, so like the chances of me getting an assassin into there is just really, really dodgy. Yeah, that's that. Armenia. There's no governor for Armenia. Huh. That's so wild. Why? Why wouldn't the Byzantines appoint a governor? Interesting. Interesting. You know, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to like attack Armenia just to plummet the population loyalty there and then like cause a Turkish reemergence. But if I evacuated immediately, would that Turkish reemergence like start off defaulted at war against me? That's what I don't want. I don't want a Turkish reemergence that's immediately at war with me. Like that's the complete opposite of what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm trying to make more troubles for my enemies, but my neighbors, not for myself. And unfortunately, it seems like the Byzantine Navy sort of split off here. Yeah, this one did go to the Tyrrhenian Sea, so I just need to keep chasing it. And I also need to stay I want to stay one step ahead. But I also want to get rid of this Italian boat to drone on. Let's stay one step ahead. Let's make sure I don't lose 4 Bagalas to a gigantic Byzantine fleet. And 1 boat in the Ionian Sea. Can I pick that off with something? I have nothing nearby, honestly. So, yeah. Probably can't pick that off. Then what about up here? So this boat continues to move up, and here, maybe I can pick this one off and just keep chasing this fleet with that fleet. Yeah. Then here, okay, so Bagla Dao versus a Dromon. 0 stars, 3 stars. So my Dao is 3 stars, and that's a 1-star Dromon. I'm just gonna keep my boats together. I'm just gonna keep trying like that. And they split off. Okay, so they sent 1 boat to the Baltic, 1 boat to Skagerrak, And then this guy has moved back to the North Sea. All right, not making it easy for me. All right, what do we have? Galley. Let's just crush that. And then we can go into the Baltic and pick that off, and then sweep back on through and try to take on this navy eventually. Okay, let's play at least one more turn here. I just want to see if I can get a spy in Georgia. That's what I'm really excited about right now, is seeing the chances of that. Yeah, I don't think the Mongols are going to be able to take Poland off of the Byzantines. They're pretty entrenched right there. And the Byzantines are going to retreat from Volhynia. And, ooh, the Mongols are retreating from Wallachia. Okay, interesting. So we did sink that one boat there in the Skagerrak. And, okay, there's a Byzantine loyalist rebellion in Nicaea because of that, yeah, the low loyalty there. The King of France has died, but his heir has taken over command, and yeah, Inquisition in Silesia. Yep, losing my spy in Georgia still. Improved farmland in Odessa. Okay, so yeah, still no success. Ooh, so the Byzantines just, they had their civil war, didn't they? Byzantine civil war, yep. That's gonna be tough for them. What happened to their navies? Okay, looks like this navy is continuing to move up, and then so they sort of split off. Okay, they're losing a lot though. My goodness. Yeah, the Byzantines lost Sicily, Naples. They kept these 3 islands. Losing Anatolia, lost Armenia. No. Ooh, could this be the chance for a Turkish reemergence though? With the Byzantine Civil War. Ooh, that could be it. Oh, please, please, please. Please, please, please. I want that so badly. That's what I want. And what's the target for the Italian? They're going to Tripoli. Yeah, that's what they think. That's what they think. Then what about up here? The Byzantines lost some more... Yeah, they're losing stuff. Ryazan, Muscovy. And they're Polish forces too. This is like their biggest concentration of forces. And they lost 2 of their stacks. Oh dear. That's a bad one. That's a bad... How can this Danish army not take back Denmark? Guys, this is... I feel like this is all Royal Knights, and they can't beat that. Like, last I checked, it was all archers. What the hell? I'm gonna have to keep chasing this English... Or not this English, but this Byzantine fleet, too. Yeah, the naval wars can go on for... Ooh, hey, we can get an engagement here. So there are 3 Dromons, 2 galleys versus my 4 Baglas and 3 Dows. 2-star Admiral versus their 3-star. Okay, it's not that bad. At least it's not 4-star. I should win that engagement. Yeah. That will be a really good engagement for us. And we should win this as well. If not, maybe they'll just run away. Okay. Okay, this is exciting. And I will be able to attack Tunisia now in this turn, and then I have my trebuchets that are being built in Sinai and Arabia, so I can get ready to attack the citadel in Algeria when the time comes for that, but that's going to be a little bit later. Yeah, I want to keep playing, I do, but I just know that the episode's going to be getting wrapped up here pretty soon. So this is exciting. Mostly this is really exciting. If I can get a Turkish reemergence to happen here on my borders to sort of act as a buffer state between myself and the Byzantines and the Mongols, I would be fine with that. I would. Even if the Turks like got a little bit feisty and attacked me like once, like, you know, it's like, all right, if I just kind of smack them around a little bit and kind of get them to behave, I'm not that worried about that Turkish presence itself. I just want them to be a thorn in the side of my neighbors, really. Because having a Byzantine state that I can't trade with that was, you know, having all of these ports all over the map that I wasn't making money off of, that hurts more, you know. I want to make money. That's really important to my goals here. So yeah, having these like big like map spanning empires that I'm not making money off of is a pretty bad feeling overall. So if I can get that reemergence to happen with the Turks, then I can start transferring my +1 Valor spies over to these other areas of conflict. You know, trying to get. I feel like I'm so close here in Switzerland, 129%. You know, Prussia. I feel like I'm close-ish. You know, maybe if that emperor moves out, maybe we can get some issues there. Poland, and then Volhynia. It wasn't Volhynia. It was Pomerania was the other one. Yes. Oh, yes. Pomerania was held by Poland. So this is another opportunity for a reemergence. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yep. That's man. I want to keep playing. All right. Well, that is all gonna have to wait until next time. So I'm getting excited for this, and I hope that you are all as well. Sorry to leave it off on this note, but yeah, this is getting good. Thank you all for watching. This has been Concept playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.